In this video, we're going to be meeting Inference Iggy. Inference Iggy is the clever canine who helps us to make inferences from the text. He helps you to do this by getting you to read the text as if you're a detective. You're not looking for what is there, you're looking for clues to a deeper meaning. Inference Iggy questions will ask for your thoughts rather than a specific answer. However, your inferences need to be backed up with evidence from the text. For example, this extract is about Jenny and two unruly children. How do you think Jenny feels in this extract? Follow along as I read the extract aloud. Jenny watched the boys as they ran riot around the house. They tore pictures from the walls, left muddy boot prints on the carpet, and even knocked delicate ornaments from the shelves. Jenny's face was red. She wrinkled her brow and began to shout, "Calm down and get those muddy boots off. I've been cleaning all day and you're treating this place like an amusement park." To answer the question, we need to look for clues about how she feels. We are told that her face was red, she wrinkled her brow, and that she began to shout. We know that these are all things people usually do when they are angry, so we can infer that Jenny is angry, even though the text doesn't actually tell us. In our answer, we can make that point and then back up our thoughts with evidence from the text. We can infer that Jenny is angry because her face was red, she wrinkled her brow, and she began to shout. These are all things people do when they are angry. In this answer, we have used quotes to make it clear why we think Jenny is angry. Top tip: if the question is worth 2 or 3 marks, it's a good idea to include more than one piece of evidence, and for extended answers, an explanation of why the evidence backs up your answer. In this example, we have explained by saying that Jenny's behaviour is typical of someone who is angry. Now let's look at another question together. This question asks you to find evidence that the house has not been lived in for a very long time. Pause your video now and read through the new extract. Hit play again when you are ready to hear the answer. How did you get on? To find clues, we need to look carefully through the text. In a test situation, it would be a great idea to highlight or underline any evidence as you find it. The extract says that there are cobwebs, a thick layer of dust, and a long rusted tap. These quotes are evidence that the house may have been empty for a while. Houses that are lived in don't usually have lots of cobwebs and dust. We can write this in our answer. I know that the house hasn't been lived in for a very long time because the text says that it has cobwebs, a thick layer of dust, and a long rusted tap. All these things happen in houses over a long time of not being lived in. This question is subjective, so you may have had a different answer to your friend. Subjective means based on your own ideas or opinions. This is because there are several ways that it can be answered. Well done if you found that evidence. Hoo-yah! In this question, you are being asked to circle how you might feel if you were in the house being lived in. Give evidence from the text to support your answer. Pause the video now if you would like time to read through the text again and have a go at answering the questions. Top tip: you are free to choose any of the feelings you would like to. However, make life easier for yourself and choose the one you can find the most evidence for in the text. Ready? Let's look at the answer. The extract suggests that the house would be a lonely place to be, and it has lots of evidence to support this. I'd feel lonely because the text says that the house is in an isolated landscape, which makes me think that there is nothing for miles around. The text also says that there are no sounds apart from dripping and whistling moans, which would make me feel totally alone. However, the text also suggests that it might be a scary place to be. I'd feel scared because the house has a lot of spooky features, like cobwebs and cracked windows, which are typical of a haunted house. The sounds are also scary, such as the wind moaning and the tap dripping. You can get marks for any answer here as long as you have backed up your thoughts with evidence from the text. Well done if you spotted clues and wrote something similar. Hoo-yah! For our final question, you are being asked to infer when the extract is set. Infer means to decide if something is true based on what information is available. Top tip: you do not have to be too specific if you don't want to. Start by looking for clues to whether the extract is set in the past, the present, or the future. You may wish to write your answer down on a whiteboard or on a piece of paper, or you may just wish to say your answer out loud. Pause your video now and read through the new extract and hit play again when you have your answer. To determine when the extract is set, we need to look for clues. In this text, it mentions steam from the train, a gas mask box, and a large brown label with an identification number. All of these clues point to the extract being set in the past. Therefore, we can write our answer using this evidence. I can infer that the extract is set in the past as it mentions lots of things that were common then, but aren't around today. For example, steam from the train, a gas mask box, and a large brown label with an identification number. You might have been more specific in your answer and inferred that the extract is set in the Second World War, for the same reasons as we have included in the answer, as it is about a child being evacuated. This is absolutely fine as long as you've supported your answer. Top tip, it's great to draw on your knowledge when inferring, but try to stay close to what is in the text. Well done if you picked up on those clues. Hoo-yah! You should now know all about Inference Iggy and how we answer questions which require us to read between the lines. If you're looking for any more videos just like this one, make sure you head to the Twinkl website to check them out. See you next time.